tuas, Pater, commendo spiritum meum in manus tuas, Pater, commendo spiritum meum in manus tuas, Pater, commendo spiritum meum in manus tuas, Pater, commendo spiritum meum.
Hi there. Thank you for joining us for our 5th Lenten Contemplation series, A Journey of Reflection. We have been diving into Lent by exploring Jesus' last week, and I hope that you have been able to learn from Jesus' experiences throughout Holy Week. And I hope that you've also been able to see how those discoveries have had an impact on your daily life. So if this is the first video that you have seen, I encourage you to go back and watch the other videos as well. And although these aren't necessarily made to go in a certain order, they do follow a chronological path. Each session has music and silent meditation, centering music, lesson, a guided contemplation, prayer time, and some journaling. And these videos loosely follow along with the book study that we've been doing here at Freedom's called Entering the Passion of Jesus. These particular videos premiere on Monday nights, and the book study is on Wednesday nights. So let's take a moment to prepare our physical space so that we can better prepare for our inner spaces. So you're going to need a few things, and I have these things here with me. You're going to need a candle. Then you are going to need a paper and pen to journal on. You're going to need a comfy place to sit. Maybe you have a specific yoga mat or a place where you can sit, a bed, a chair, somewhere comfortable for you. And if you don't have these items yet, go ahead and pause your video, grab these things, and then come right back. We will be right here when you return. All right, so once you have everything, go ahead and silence your ringtone if you need to, and put your phone away in a less distracting place. Then you can light your candle. And every time we light a candle, we are inviting Jesus into our worship space so that the Spirit is near. All right, and maybe you want to take off your shoes. I sure do. Get comfortable. Make sure that you can be here for a little while. If you need to tell your family, hey, I'm going to be doing this for 30 minutes, please don't distract me. You can do that. Maybe it helps to have headphones in your ears so that there's less distraction outside. Do what you need to do for this space to be sacred and holy. All right, so we are going to begin with meditation. Now that we have our physical space set and ready to go and you're comfortable, we are going to prepare our minds so that we can then prepare the inner parts and we can go explore in there. If you're new to meditation, we suggest that you close your eyes and focus on your breathing. If closing your eyes and focusing on your breathing isn't helpful for you, I recommend that you use your candle. So sometimes I suggest that folks hold on to their candle and you can focus on the flame while you're listening if that helps you to do that. Good. we're going to breathe. We're going to begin with breath. Breathe in and out. Now you are going to notice that as you are breathing, breathe in and out, that things are going to come into your head and into your body. Acknowledge them. Acknowledge, oh, I think I'm a little bit thirsty, and then let it go. You don't need to worry about that right now. And listen to your body. Breathe in and breathe out. Wiggle your toes. Feel your calves and your knees. Feel your bum wherever it's sitting. And breathe in and out. And relax your shoulders and your fingertips. Breathe in and out. And relax your face. Let go of the tension of the day. Maybe even bring a slight smile to your face. Breathe in and out. Release those thoughts that come in. Let them go. Breathe in and out. Quiet your mind. We're going to get ready to dive deep. Breathe in and out. We will sing a song, and then we will dive into our Bible lesson and interpretation. Breathe in and out.
Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom.
Our Bible reading today comes from Luke, chapter 22, verses 14 through 24. Now, when the hour came, he took his place at the table, and the apostles with him. Then he took a loaf of bread, and when he had given thanks, he broke it and gave it to them, saying, "This is my body, which is given for you. Do this in remembrance of me." And he did the same with the cup after supper, saying, "This is the cup poured out for you, is the new covenant in my blood. But see, the one who betrays me is with me, and his hand on the table." In the three Gospels, the synoptic chapters, the communion meal takes place on the first night of Passover. Jews celebrate their escape from slavery in Egypt with a Seder meal. The current Seder still remains as some components, and that is what our Jewish friends celebrate. And many aspects have changed. The primary component of the meal would have included eating of a sacrificial lamb, a practice that ended with the destruction of the temple. So when Jesus calls the wine blood and the bread his body, especially when it is around a Seder meal, we know that he is using sacrificial imagery. At that time, the idea of physical sacrifice was more universal. There were sacrifices of all sorts of reasons, using animals and using crops. And in the Jewish tradition, the priest would generally take a donated animal, butcher it, and burn part of it on the altar. Then you would be given the rest of the animal. So, by partaking of what is given back to you, not only are you recognizing and thanking the divine, but you are symbolically sharing a meal with God. What we eat and what we don't eat has, for a long time, been an important part of our human history. It identifies us as a people. It connects us to our heritage, our nationalities, our neighbors, our families. It is universal for all of us to come together to eat, to share in that activity with others. And while technically we share a meal at the altar, it's really all of us coming to God's table, all of us coming together as a single, universal family. Even as a family, and especially sometimes is the case with our own families, things are not always in union. Maybe there's resentments or grudges, hurt feelings from sharp words. And while Jesus ate with those he had chosen, his selected family, among them was his betrayer. And while the Gospels differ on Judas, given his motivation or the betrayal and what happens afterwards, all of them share his story as a cautionary one. In all accounts, we see a man who betrays his friend and his teacher. And then we see that he dearly regrets that decision. But in spite of Jesus foretelling what would come, Judas is there at the table with all of them. He isn't barred from partaking in this very special ritual, this holiday observance. As Jesus has done throughout his ministry, he chooses to sit with the sinner and offer them bread, a chance at redemption.
Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus,
going to walk you through a guided contemplation on the themes of this reading. So I will slowly ask some open-ended questions for you to think about. And as you're thinking and coming up with answers, just know that there's no right or wrong answers. It's simply an exploration of what comes to you and what you are finding in your heart. Allow yourself to explore these areas. There'll probably be some uncomfortableness, and that's okay. Pay attention to those thoughts that pull and tug on you. Maybe they need a little bit more attention and focus in your life. Allow room for imperfection and forgiveness. So again, close your eyes and begin breathing in and out. And in and out. Relax. So first, let's consider the Seder sacrifice and communion. We mentioned that sacrifice was an important part of the Seder observance, but since we don't use ritual sacrifice today, is it important to make other sacrifices? Breathe in and out. Who should benefit from an act of sacrifice? Is it God? Is it yourself? Someone else? Who should benefit from an act of sacrifice? If you undertook a sacrifice, what sort of form might that take, and why? If you approached communion as a holiday meal, would you personally experience it differently? Keeping with that idea of communion as a holiday meal, would you feel differently about those who share in communion with you? Think about those people close by and around the world. And now let's think about the story of Judas and the betrayal. When are times when you have felt betrayed by someone you didn't know well, maybe a stranger or a coworker? When are times when you have felt betrayed by someone close to you? Maybe a close friend, a partner, or family member. Would you be able to share a meal with anyone who's betrayed you? And if you did, what would it be like? Are there times when you may have caused others to feel betrayed? And did that betrayed person's reaction to your betrayal make you feel better or worse? Let us be in the spirit of prayer. Dear God, we give you thanks. We are able to take time to recognize you in our personal lives, in our corporate lives, and maybe even in the world. Thank you for helping us and to help us welcome others. And pardon us for those times when we have fallen short, when we have been the betrayer. We ask for your forgiveness and strength to do better in the future. Amen.
Frieden, Frieden, hinterlasse ich euch. Meinen Frieden gebe ich euch, euer Herz wird genickt. Peace I leave you, my peace I give. Let your hearts be free from fear, my peace I give to you.
I invite you to take out your journal. And after I explain, Curtis will play some more music and we will have time to write in our journal. Think about your experience. Think about what came up during those questions and write about that. These could be feelings, these could be memories that came up, or maybe there were even some new discoveries. Write about that, write it down. We will conclude after our journal writing. So thank you again for joining us in this 6-part series. This is week 5. And I hope that you join us next week, our final week. If you would like more details about Friedens or even the book, please feel free to contact the church office that can be found on our website. We look forward to seeing you maybe on Sunday. Thanks. Thank you for your time. Go in peace.